Why am I rebarreling this rifle after just 300 rounds? Gavin, you're here from UltimateReloader.com. That's exactly what I'm going to break down in this video. You might have seen recently I got this HOWA 1500 heavy barreled action from Brownells, and I put together this totally awesome rifle. I've got a KRG Bravo chassis, I've got the enclosed forend for the KRG Bravo, I've got this Delta Striker 50 power scope. Love this thing. It's got the makings of a great rifle. I've even put the Mystic Precision M-Pod bipod on the front. I absolutely love this setup. There's only one problem. This rifle won't shoot well consistently. Now, I don't know if this is just I've become a gun snob or if I just want to have a certain level of expectations, but my purpose for this rifle is to shoot it in PRS competition. And what does that mean? I want to see 5 shots holding a half MOA consistently. If I'm doing my part, if I've got the rifle set up properly, if the conditions are amicable, in other words, not excessive wind or excessive heat boil, I want to see half MOA performance consistently. And I'm not getting that with this rifle. I counted up my pages. I've got about 15 pages worth of targets that I've shot, and each target has 4 target spots, and I shoot 5-shot groups. So I'm at about 300 rounds, maybe 350. I haven't kept an exact tally. But my goal has been to get this rifle completely dialed in and to get a load worked up so that I can do things like PRS competition, shooting at 1,000 yards, and so on and so forth. And so what I did was I started a load workup with Hornady's 108 grain ELDM bullet. This is a 6 Creed classic. A lot of the guys in PRS that I talked to are shooting this bullet, including Lucas. He's shooting with Benchmark and working with those guys, and he's having great results with that. I have seen probably on average groups are holding around an inch. Now sometimes there's exceptions. Here's a 5/8 inch group here that I shot, a 5-shot group. Let me see here. Another 5/8 inch group, but you can see on this page I'm kind of all over the place. And then the best group that I've gotten with the rifle so far has been, again, with the Hornady 108 grain ELDM bullet at 0.464 inches for 5 shots at 100 yards. Now, if that was consistent or something close to that, I would be totally happy. Precision rifle work is all about isolating variables, and that's exactly what my approach was to determine if it was myself, if it was this rifle, if it was the ammunition. And let me walk you through the process that I went through to isolate all the variables. And I'll also share with you my conclusion as to what I think the issue here is. The first thing I did was to test a variety of different loads, do load workups using OCW, and specifically swapping out different projectiles. Some of the projectiles I've worked through, as I mentioned, Hornady 108 grain ELDM. I've got Sierra Match King 107s. These are known to perform well. I've got Berger 95 grain Classic Hunter, and I've got Berger 105 hybrid target. I wanted to throw the 95s in there because I thought what if this particular bore or this particular rifle setup is going to favor lighter bullets? It's 1 7.5 twist, and that should be pretty versatile, even up to those 110 grain-ish projectiles. What I found was, very consistently, this gun wants to shoot about 1-inch groups with the 95s, with the 105s, with the 107s, with the 108s. I did different OCW load workups. I did different seating depths. One of the things that I noted during that process was a bit of a concern. The two lands distance to seat a 108 ELDM was 2.865 inches. What's the problem there? The problem is the magazine spec, the cartridge overall length spec for 6mm Creedmoor is the same as .308 Winchester. It's 2.800. That means if I want to touch the lands, I'm seating the bullets out to 65 thousandths longer than they should be. And there's not even enough bearing surface between the bullet and the neck of the cartridge at that point. Right then, I decided the best option here is going to be to rebarrel. But I went further. So all my loads so far up until that point have been with Starline brass. Starline shoots really, really well. In fact, in my 224 Valkyrie Remington 700, I'm able to shoot about 0.25 to 0.3 inch groups if I'm really doing my best work and the conditions are favorable. That's kind of my benchmark right now, is that rifle that I built shooting brand new Starline brass and Nosler 70 grain RDF bullets. Killer combination. So what I did a couple times when I was shooting groups was I actually brought that green rifle out and I shot off the same table with the same rear bag in the same conditions with a bit of heat boil. Sometimes it's been 90, 95 degrees and I've got a lawn that I'm shooting over that's been watered and it's evaporating during the day. And I've confirmed I can hold 0.3, 0.4 inches with the Remington 700 224 Valkyrie rifle. Same exact shooting conditions. This rifle, which is a very good setup, is again holding about 1 inch. So I determined it's probably not my loads. I was talking with a couple industry pros, Jesse Riddell from Arbros, Bill over at rifleshooter.com, Matt Hornback, and they were saying, hey, just to rule it out, you should shoot Hornady factory ammo. So I picked up some Hornady 108 grain ELDM match ammo, and sure enough, it was shooting about, let's see, here it is right here, this group, 1.060. And in the same conditions, I put 4 shots into about a 1/4 inch here, and the 5-shot group was sub half MOA with the green rifle. So wasn't the setup, wasn't me. This ammo doesn't shoot. And if Hornady match ammo doesn't shoot, you've probably got a problem. So that was what I went through on the ammo side. I ruled out ammo as the culprit here. Some of the other things that I looked at were swapping out the scope. Now, I had high confidence in this scope. I put an Athlon Midas Tac 6-24x50, really, really good shooting scope. In fact, the one that I've got on the green rifle, I have 2 versions, one with the Christmas tree and one with the standard reticle, and same exact results. So it's not this Delta Striker scope. Didn't think it was going to be that. I actually bedded the action in the KRG Bravo stock. Not something that you normally need to do, but with a HOWA 1500 flat bottom action, sometimes you get a bit tighter groups if you bed the action, or at least behind the recoil lug. I tried actually both, working with the benchmark guys. Ron Cinema over there mentioned I should try Marine Tex, so I used Marine Tex, and I used Hornady one-shot lube as a release agent on the action. That worked splendid. Really, really good bedding job there, but it didn't really do anything to improve the accuracy of the rifle. This is a benchmark clamp on 5/8x24 break that I opened up for 6mm, and I tried it with and without the break just to see if it had any kind of an issue that could have been imposed by that. And then I also looked at, with the bore scope, the Lyman bore cam, at the bore, and I did a really good job cleaning the bore in case I might have had copper fouling or anything like that. So after having gone through all of those steps, my determination was this is a factory rifle. HOWA 1500 actions themselves are known to be really good quality. They're machined from a billet of steel. They're made in Japan. Good quality stuff. I think here the culprit is the bore itself. I had those alarm bells going off when I saw that 65 thousandths of extra bullet projection required to touch the lands. That's not my favorite thing. And I think this bore just isn't shooting consistently. And again, talking with Matt Hornback, who used to work for Legacy Sports, the importer for HOWA, 0.7 inches would be about a realistic expectation of a factory rifle like this, these HOWA 1500 actions. And for me, I think this one is even not quite that good on average, at least. I want to see consistency. I don't want to see flyers. I want to see tight groups if everything is dialed in, and that just hasn't been the case here. My goal again is half MOA consistently. So here's what I'm going to do. I reached out to International Barrels up in Canada. They're going to provide a hand-lapped, button-rifled, match-grade quality barrel, kind of like the one that I got from Benchmark that I used on the 2.2 Valkyrie Remington 700. I also reached out to JGS Precision down in Coos Bay, Oregon. I'm working with them to take a couple dummy cartridges that I sent them that are basically identical to Hornady's match ammunition, and to have an optimized reamer cut if needed. If there's too much free bore, they're going to tighten that up for me, and I'm going to chamber the barrel right here in the shop. This will be kind of fun because I haven't done a HOWA 1500 yet. So my hopes are, and I'll keep you guys posted with this as I go through and as I make progress with this project, is I'd like to get this rifle set up like I have the green rifle set up, with a matched quality barrel, everything dialed in. In fact, I've never had a custom reamer ground for me, and this is a great opportunity to get exactly what I want. That's why you build rifles for yourself, and that's where custom reamer geometry can come in. Now, it might be that the folks down at JGS say, hey, a semi-spec reamer will get you where you want to get to. I want to be at no more than 20 thousandths off the lands when I'm seated to 2.800 inches. That's my goal. So there we go. Almost brand new rifle, and I'm already rebarreling. I'm actually not upset about it because this is kind of a semi-custom rifle build scenario. If I get to the goal that I'm going for, it'll be well worth the effort and well worth the time, and I'll be set up to do 6mm Creedmoor rifle barrel chambering, which is a handy thing to have. So please share your experiences. Have you had unpredictable results or bad results with a HOWA 1500 action, one of these actions that Brownell sells? Have you had really good results? I would love to hear for you. Do you have any other thoughts for me as I go through the next phases of this project? Please leave a comment. Make sure that you're subscribed with notifications because you don't want to miss the follow-up stories. I've got a lot more 6mm Creedmoor reloading and evaluation of component stories coming up that have been on hold. I've done a ton of work. I've been really sad to not publish them yet. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Until next time, happy shooting and happy reloading.